Hello, we are going to be learning about Unit 1, Lesson 12, all about wind power. Please have your notebook ready with something to write with so you can take notes as you watch the video. Here's our scale that we have been working on this whole unit. Remember, our goal or our objective is to be able to apply scientific principles to design a method for monitoring and minimizing human impact on the environment. So the same scale that we've been working on, remember our goal is to get to at least a B on the scale by the end of the unit. So go ahead and take your science notebook and jot down where you think you are today on this scale. What do you feel like you could do on your own and that you fully understand? Here you will see the different forms of energy. So energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another. So you see the four types of forms of energy that we're going to focus on in this unit. Please write these in your science notebook and define these because you will see these throughout the next few lessons. And so you will want to know what these words mean: potential energy, kinetic energy, mechanical energy, and electrical energy. So wind energy is going to be our focus for today. This is a renewable energy source. It's been used for more than 2,000 years. So the wind turbine harnesses energy from the wind. You can see there on the right is a picture of one of the big windmills. It kind of looks like an old-fashioned windmill, but the wind has kinetic energy, energy that is in motion. And as it passes through those blades, the big windmill will rotate. And it rotates that generator and produces electricity. Then the electricity that is produced can be used directly, or they'll store it in a battery to use later. So where you will see these big windmills where they're trying to harness this wind power, you will see several of them. If you've ever drove by one of these sites have to be placed where there are high wind speeds. So 16 miles per hour or more or higher is where you will find these windmill sites. There has to be lots of land available to be able to really get a large scale of energy conversion. Now there are a few downsides or costs to this wind power. This can affect farmers who need their land to grow crops. Also, the wind turbines can be placed on land that animals use for grazing or land that is of no use to farmers. If you look here, you can see some of the costs of the wind energy. There's a chart here, and studies say that wind energy is worth the cost. So there's been a lot of research that scientists have put into this. So in the chart, you can see the primary energy payback by the type of power plant. So we have the nuclear power plant that we've discussed. It takes about 0.7 months to see the payback or get your money back into making profit off of that energy. Coal, about the same amount of time. But if you look at the wind, the cost of the wind, you can see that it has increased really dramatically. So the payback comes, but you can see the numbers are higher there. There are several advantages to wind power. So you can kind of brainstorm some of those on your own, and this isn't a complete list. This is just a few that I have pulled out from the lesson and things that I could think of. But we know that wind is fuel free, so there's no greenhouse gases or pollution. There's no acid rain being formed from this because um, it's there's no pollution to wind power. The wind power does not potentially expose anyone to radiation. It uses less water than nuclear, coal, oil, or gas power plants. They're plentiful in the United States, meaning there are lots of them, and studies show that there is enough wind to drive the entire country in their power. So the government gives tax credits to these wind farms. So that is a huge advantage. But as always, there are some disadvantages, and you can kind of brainstorm some of those. Some of them are very obvious. Obviously, if there's not any wind, then we're not going to produce as much wind energy. So nature kind of plays a role in this. Sometimes you could be really windy and gain a lot of wind energy, and then the next thing you know, there's not much wind and you're not accumulating much energy. There may be erosion at the sites where the turbines are built. Birds and bats that collide with the turbines occasionally are killed, so it does harm some animals. Turbine towers do not look very nice, so some people say that it's just not pretty to see these big wind power plants. The wind turbines can be noisy, so if you live near those, that's a disadvantage. And grass or brush fires can occur from the shorts in the cables that are found in these turbines. So there is an overview of wind energy. Please make sure to go through lesson 1.12 and read and review about this wind energy and complete that by the end of the day to stay caught up. As always, check your email, because sometimes if I see something missing or something that I think you would benefit from reviewing, then I'm going to send an email. So keep an eye on that so you can stay caught up. Also, you want to check your grade book, make sure everything's accurate and that you keep up with your grades. That's what all responsible students should do regularly. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.